Okay, today I wanted to talk about the different type of what is defined as witchcraft. And I'm also going to venture out into my own personal experience. So those who were denied to understand themselves would be able to get a chance to educate and grab the information needed to control the gifts they have. I was a very blessed child and I didn't know so. I was different growing up in my home. I had one thing that was with me where I would be sitting with someone, and sometimes while they're speaking to me, I would drift. And when I drift, I can sometimes consciously be here, but then somewhere else, or just completely be drawn into a whole nother place. Then I had a gift where I would have these dreams. And if the dreams had smell and things, these dreams tended to unfold after a while. I also had other abilities growing up that I didn't know. I didn't understand why I was so in tune with nature. I was able to walk up on different animals. People were scared like crap, like thinking I was going to get bit with rabies something someday or something. Like it could be a squirrel, a bird. It could be I can walk into a store and grab a snake and put it around me. I was very connected with wildlife. There were people who had vicious dogs in the neighborhood, and I was able to sit amongst them and be protected by them. I never understood certain things that I was I had with myself. The main thing that used to make people very scared was people thought I was talking to myself. But I always felt presences around me. And since I felt these presences, I just spoke to them because they're there. I feel certain type of energy. It could be powerful, it could be negative, it could be very there are so many different types of energies that I started to feel around, and I knew that it wasn't just. I can just feel sometimes it was a soul or something just around me. I started talking to whatever beings just surrounded me, and I was diagnosed with psychosis for that. So they put me on things to stop me from drifting. They put me on things to stop me from speaking to other spirits, and they shut me in, told me I was crazy. That's what they defined me as. They told me I was so crazy. I applied for a job corps and got turned down because they said I was legally insane. And that's not true. My brain was active in the consciousness when only certain part of my brain was supposed to be focused. It was the other part of my brain actually being active at the same time. And it was opening up channels during my consciousness. And being as though I've had times in my life where I have came close to death, I was being able to be allowed to the secrets that will exist after things to come. I was able to see things to come. I'm now able to understand my gifts. I've read a lot about them. My gifts are not, you have different levels of magic or types, or so how you want to call it. I mean, some people, it all depends on where do you get your knowledge from, and how did you actually initiate the opening of your third eye. Was it from another being? What was their intentions when they gave you the knowledge? How did they give you the knowledge? How do they exercise it, and things like that? And this third eye that I've always had was being open because it was kind of destined. It was something that was in my family for centuries, and it was brought open because no matter where I was and through my journeys, no matter how far away from my family, I was still able to have the experience of having my bloodline. So being as that, I was going to have to be approached with certain things so I can investigate them myself and open my own third eye. Everybody does have that ability, though. It all depends on how far you're willing to exercise it and what are you willing to do, because there's are certain levels of having a third eye that are hard. When you're opening things like chakras and stuff within you and trying to flow energy within you, is you can have some things that you might not be able to let go, to let these energies flow free. And a lot has to tie down to what you hold on to this earth. So without the understanding of the cycles of the earth and the cycles of your paths and your lives that you're going to continue, you can hold on and lose sight and not be able to completely open your third eye. It's hard. It's not easy just to let go of everything. There are certain things that we hold dear to us. But in order to be able to understand this power, you have to understand what it is about you all around and your destiny all around within every dimension. Not just the dimension you're looking within the 3 dimension we're here in the now. So you can read up a lot about good energy and following up on your own opening of your third eye, because when you get faced with things like blood rituals and certain things in that nature, that's actually tapping into black magic, and black magic becomes more sacrificial than you want, because it makes you willing to do things that, just say you have some sacrifices that can be of a loved one. It could be firstborn or a parent. Usually some people usually prefer their parents over their firstborn because it makes them, they know that their parent has already chose their life and things like that. It's basically a weakness, because you're always going to have to need something to keep your energy going when you tap into black magic. Instead of coming up with the eternal energy that you already have flowing, your core, the core that you have, like the core of the earth, the gravity and the power that is inside your core. There's a couple of books I can recommend to you to open up your mind state. It's just to change the way of thinking, or basically help you think already what you know. Just bring it out to the forefront, put it in front of you, so you can start exercising it now, from knowledge to wisdom. First book I recommend to you is what's called Sun Tzu's The Art of War. Next one will be The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, and The Art of Seduction by Robert Greene. You have Tao Te Ching by Stephen Mitchell, and look into Deepak Chopra's meditations. And there are also a couple other books that will be very, very helpful. But we're just going to go into the base and changing your mindset before even going into understanding your energies and the power behind, because science, if you're not open to it, if you have a closed mind, if you have any doubts, you cannot understand the power of science. Science is an unknown knowledge that you just keep on looking for, It does not end. I want to thank to all my viewers. They have let me know that this information was helpful, and I'm glad. I wanted to say a shout out to 13 Entertainment for their support, and we will be doing a video very soon together. And I wanted to also say to I've been watching this lady named Alexis Tyler, and she's amazing. I give her a lot of respect on her videos. She's very amazing. Please look at her videos. To the rest of you, you have a good one, and I will have another video very soon. Thanks.